Yo, once again, it's your boy, DJ More Life, aka Elvis Dua. Today's episode, YouTube episode, I'm just going to be talking to you guys about relationships. The natural way of how things should be in relationships between, you and your partner, male, female, female, male, as long as you call them partnership and you have ties with them, right? It's a relationship. And so I remember back in the days when, relationships were private, right? It wasn't public. A lot of people kept their relationships private because they felt that it was sacred, it would the intimacy, the connectivity, the affection levels, the problem solvings, all of those things were kept private. And because of this, practice that they took, they were able to stay in their relationships a lot longer than what is happening today. So, even for them to hug and kiss, my parents, or, you've seen others, at a younger age, hug and kiss wasn't something that I was exposed to at a young age. And so as I got older and more technology advanced in society, more things came out, and seeing other cultures, growing up in Canada, you now start to see that, more and more people holding hands in public, more hugs and kisses at a younger age. Even younger kids that are, they just hit teenager are having kids. So the relationships have changed, and what happens is, because nowadays relationship is just jumping in for most likely sexual intimacy rather than maturity, right? Rather than thinking it over, being more mature about the relationships, a lot of people create a lot of mistakes. And so what we can learn from the past is they took their time, right? They took their time to do many things. There are many rules that they made that we today consider boring, but those are measures that they took for their relationships to last. So I'm asking you, what kind of relationships are you in? What kind of relationships do you want to be in? Is that the kind of relationship that you're in right now? Is that the kind of relationship you want to be in? You see what I'm saying? Are you in it for financial gain? Are you in it for love? You see what I'm saying? Because before, there was a lot of relationship that they actually love each other. They didn't love each other because of what job they did. That's part of it. But most of it was quality love. The fact that the man or a woman were able to commit themselves together through, the good times, the not so good times, and, just bounce back because they trust each other. And so I feel like nowadays relationships with the trust level is so minor, right? A lot of people don't trust each other. They're in a relationship together and they work against each other. And because of this, there is not a lot of accomplishments. There's a lot of, people switching from one relationship to the other, thinking that they will have found better, or the way the relationship have started, they feel like it has promising endings. And so I just want to advise people today that relationships, right, has this good times and the bad times. If you start a relationship with somebody and eventually you fall out of love with them and you want to move on to the next relationship, I advise you to work on yourself, to really pinpoint what you thought you did wrong, or find out what you did wrong and change it. Because relationship is really about spiritual connection. And so physically, you may think that you jumped into a different relationship with a different somebody, but it could spiritually be the same person, but in a different suit. And so you have to understand that the type of relationship that you're jumping into, is it the best time to even go into the relationship? Or was it worth it leaving the last relationship to jump into a next one that can highly, because you haven't worked on yourself or because you fully don't understand how the breakup came about, right? You jump right back into with somebody else, but the same kind of mentality. And so be focused on what you do, because you see, there are a lot of things that people jump to arrive to, or jump to have, but they don't fully understand the work of it. And relationship is one of the hardest things that humans can work on, because sure, everyone loves each other at the beginning. There's no doubt about it. You get along, things that they do, makes you feel nice. But as time goes, as the trenches come, right, you start to realize that there's things that, your partner is doing maybe that you don't like. Because, in order to grow in a relationship, there has to be butting heads, right? And so you have to figure that out. Do not let, friends discourage you to opt out of relationships. You see what I'm saying? I suggest that you think long and hard before you consider anything, because anybody that gives an open door to those who are looking from the outside, right, to come in to do whatever they want to do, can create a problem for them that ultimately they are responsible for. So be mature before you jump into relationships. Understand the pros and cons of the relationship. Because you see, if you do not understand the pros and cons of the relationship, you are going to have many difficulties. You are going to have problems that you cannot erase until you deal with these problems. And a lot of times, there are many people that have found their soulmate, but they get deceived into thinking that there is something better out there for them other than their own soulmates, and they end up not recognizing that. And so don't make the mistakes. Don't jump into conclusions if you decide to part your ways and to get into other relationships because you're not enjoying your last relationship. Just think long and hard. Because at the end of the day, if you're the ones that are going through the problems, you'll be the only ones to be able to come up with a solution, because you will be the only one that will be bothering. And so just think long and hard and be mature about it. Maturity helps in a lot of relationships, and patience, so that you can last long in life. Because you need all those things to evolve. And so, signing off to you guys. I thank you guys for listening. Once again, it's your boy, DJ More Life, aka Elvis Dua. Check out all my content on YouTube. Check out my music available on all platforms, and my podcast specials that are available on Google and Spotify and any other podcasting networks out there. And so you can see a little bit of what I talk about and stream. You know what I mean? And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more content. Thank you once again. The other day I reached 1,000 subscribers. Now I'm past 1,000, and I know that you guys will help me because you guys are a great audience and great people. Help me get to 2,000. You know what I mean? You guys have been great bringing me on this journey, you know? And I thank you for the comments that you guys have been sending me. It's very encouraging, right? Also, this is social media. It's a type of relationship as well. So know the pros and cons, understand the relationships, the many, many different relationships other than, you know, you and your companion. There are many forms of relationship out there. So God bless, stay safe, one love. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye now.